Shabbat Shalom. Wow. I'm going to drive you bananas. And maybe I'll get another ring on top of it. Rabbi Mari, thank you so much for being my teacher, my friend, and for showing me how to persevere and how to continue even when you might have a bum knee and get back on the slopes as you do. Wow, what a night. We could not have asked for a better week. The trees are showing off their autumn coats. We got 4 inches of snow. Well, at least in Deerfield, we got 4 inches of snow. I think it depended on where you were. And then it all melted, and we have this beautiful weekend to look forward to. How beautiful is that? On top of that, Parashat Lech Lecha is the perfect Torah portion for an installation. Go off to the land that I will show you. Well, it's not Lech Lecha. This week is Chaye Sarah, and it presents us with a similar moment in the story. Abraham sends his servant Eliezer to seek out a wife for his son Isaac. Eliezer describes a test and brings 10 camels to the local watering hole. He knows that it takes courage, strength, and kindness for a woman to bring water for his camels. He offered this prayer to God. V'haya hana'ara asher amar eleha hitana chadech ve'eshteh ve'amra sheteh ve'gam gemalecha ashkeh ota hochachta le'avdecha le'yitzchak uva eda ki asita chesed im Adoni, which means, let the maiden to whom I say, please lower your jar that I may drink, and who replies, drink, and I will also water your camels. Let her be the one whom you have decreed for your servant Isaac. Thereby shall I know that you have dealt kindly with my master. Our matriarch, Rebecca, did just that. She watered all 10 of Eliezer's camels without hesitation, even though it was a long and arduous task. Rebecca's chesed, kindness, reflects our potential to be the best selves in moments of decision. When I have students and I take them to volunteer at a soup kitchen or a shelter, sometimes they ask me, how do I talk to someone without a home? What if it's awkward? I would reply that awkwardness or discomfort means that you're stepping outside of your comfort zone and growing. Our guests might feel awkward too. Remember, our goal is hospitality and kindness. If you show eagerness to get to know them, they might easily do the same with you. In Talmud, it says, the sages taught that acts of kindness, chesed, are superior to charity, tzedakah, in 3 respects. Number 1, charity can be performed only with one's money, while acts of kindness can be performed both with its person and with its money. Number 2, charity is given to the poor, while acts of kindness are performed both for the poor and for the rich. Number 3, charity is given to the living, while acts of kindness can be performed for both the living and the dead. Friends, this is community. This is what we are asked to do for others and what others do for us. I am blessed to have seen a great deal of chesed, a great deal of kindness in my 4.5 months so far at North Shore Congregation Israel. Chesed has been a common thread throughout my career, and I am so grateful for my path, which has led me here tonight. Many, so many, are here from each leg of my journey, and there is absolutely no wrong with making yourselves known. It all began with my home congregation in Shari Shamayim in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. From an early age, I was exposed to organ and choir on Friday nights and a guitar-playing rabbi at Saturday school. It was there that I first learned the song-leading craft and was given the chance to lead students in song. They made space for me, and it is an honor to make space for NSEI song leaders and members of Sela. I am grateful to Debbie Friedman, with whom I studied for over 10 years at Havana Shira. Debbie started me off with a lifelong love of Israeli music and folk songs. In fact, I wrote my thesis about Israeli folk song, largely influenced by Debbie. She once shared this really neat strumming pattern that her song leader at Azrui used to do. Well, she sat down and taught it to many of us, and that is the way that I play guitar today. And so every time I pick up a guitar, I think of Debbie Friedman. Allah Shalom. I'm grateful to Azrui for trusting a 21-year-old East Coaster to be a Kala song leader and for introducing me to Midwest Judaism. I don't remember it, but one of my sisters often says, you know, when you came back that summer, you said you're going to move to Chicago. I don't remember, but I love that memory. It was during that summer that I met Cantor Richard Cohn, who sat with me on a bench outside my cabin to discuss a possible future in the cantorate. The following summer, I was in Jerusalem, immersed in my first year of study at HUC. I am grateful to Congregation Sukkot Shalom in Wilmette. Their rabbis and staff, lay leaders and families, many of whom became our close friends and are here tonight. These were my formative years as a young cantor, and I learned a great deal. It was during my time there that I met, dated, and married Malka, and the community embraced our love. I am grateful to Congregation BJBE in Deerfield. It was at BJBE that I first got to work with NSEI's own Sarah Duffin and Debbie Haywood. BJBE helped me to grow as a service leader and a member of a larger Shabbat ensemble. It was there that I honed the craft of leading youth choir, and I loved every chance I got to lead Kol Shabbat, their Shabbat morning service. During our time at BJBE, Malka gave birth to 3 babies, 2 of whom spent many weeks in the NICU at Lutheran General Hospital. The community was there for us in difficult times. They held us and joined with us in tears of joy as our babies were blessed on the bima after they came home. I am grateful to Temple Chai in Phoenix, Arizona. You have met Rabbi Mari Chernow, Rabbi Bonnie Kopel, and Cantor Sharona Feller. They are so very dear to me, along with many, many more. And a surprising number of wonderful people traveled here from Arizona to be here tonight. Arizona was a fresh start for our family. They embraced us and over 10 years helped us to raise Aviv, Bina, and Ellie from toddlers to tweens. It was there that I grew up as a cantor. I am grateful to have been given many opportunities as we created Prayer Lab, tried out new retreats to try and go deeper with many corners of our congregation. I'm also grateful to Rachel Milan for telling me to take that job. COVID brought the ultimate challenge. How can we sing together when we are so far apart? And singing is the worst possible thing to do during a pandemic. It spreads all the germs around. I'm grateful for all we did to get everyone into videos together, hours and hours with our wonderful choir. I recorded every single part of Avinu Malkeinu, all 8 parts of the choir, and they heard me in their ear, and they sang their parts, and they didn't have to do that, but they showed up. and we created something that brought everyone together, and we were able to sing as one. From adult to youth choirs, shofar corps, Torah and Haftarah chanters, these videos brought our community together. It all took hours, but hey, we had the time. We even made a Purim spiel together with White Tie Productions. And Rabbi Mari said that a Hollywood producer saw that and was very, very impressed. I gotta say, that was pretty amazing. I'm grateful to everyone who traveled from Temple Chai to be with us this Shabbat, to those who are streaming the service at watch parties, hi Deb and Rachel, on their own. I'm grateful to so many teachers, formal and informal, elders of communities, and students of mine who taught me so much. Wisdom has been shared by children and adults during family retreats, in discussion with B'nai Mitzvah tutors, religious school teachers, in time spent with youth and adult choirs, with gifted pianists and choir directors. I am grateful for lay leaders and past presidents who have pushed me and helped me grow. It is worth noting that there is a past president from each of my former congregation here tonight. I'm grateful to be back in Chicago with a rich and varied group of colleagues in the American Conference of Cantors, friends I've known from camp, friends who are educators and rabbis, Jewish professionals, and neighbors, and many who have joined us here tonight, including Cantor David Goldstein, who I have admired a great deal. He was always busy when I was down the street. He was always busy with so many things, arranging music, mentoring friends. My dear friend and classmate Cantor Devorah Avery was here as well as a cantor for a few years. While Devorah was here, I used to come to NSEI and sit in the back on a night off and be an anonymous Jew in the pew. And those were special times. And Cantor Goldstein, you inspired me a great deal with your tenacity, with your determination, with your prolific arranging of music. I said, that's something I think I can do too. So when the job was posted last fall, Malka and I knew it was a good opportunity to come back. Our kids were finishing elementary school, and having known and admired many of NSEI's clergy and staff and members for decades, we took the risk and applied. The NSEI Chesed started early in my first conversations with search committee chairs Lorelei Rosenthal and Neil Rigler. Things progressed well, and after a wonderful visit in December, well, the rest was history. Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel once wrote in his essay, The Vocation of the Cantor, "It is the task of the cantor to create the liturgical community, to convert a plurality of praying individuals into a unity of worship." I am grateful for NSEI's line of cantors. I have heard from many of you numerous stories about Cantor Benjamin Landsman, Cantor Richard Cohn, and Cantor David Goldstein. I am humbled to stand on your bima together, representing 39th year that the three of us have been cantors for this community. This is a chain of excellent musicians, scholars, and community leaders. I am grateful for Rabbi Wendy Geffen, Rabbi Lisa Green, Rabbi Jacob Leisman. They are wise, compassionate, dedicated, and fun. In any job, when the people are good and the work is great, the results will be excellent. I've enjoyed being part of this team with staff under the leadership of Todd Brayman, whose wit and quiet optimism keep things running well. There's a strong partnership in events planning and execution with Joel Miller, Glenn Simon, Sue Ellenby, and Vicki Levitt, along with Alfredo Lopez and his team. Our support team is second to none, and we are so lucky to have Sarah Duffin, Jennifer McCaig, Debbie Haywood, and Amy Bowman. From my days of internet sleuthing, I was pretty impressed with the communications at NSEI. The website and emails were very, very impressive. Hila and Mia, you are thoughtful, creative, and dynamic in all you do. Our school is run brilliantly by Dr. Roberta Goodman of the Goodman Center for Jewish Education. And the faculty, mechonics, and youth engagement team are extraordinary in their depth of knowledge, enthusiasm, and ability to bring Jewish content to our children in ways they understand. Making music in this community is just incredible. It is remarkable that Alan Goodis chooses to make this community his spiritual home. Alan is a talented musician who can reach today's youth in a way that very few can. I have not seen anything like that before. Last night on the Hootenanny, they sang your songs in beautiful ways, and your reach and your depth of spirit can be felt. I'm grateful to play and pray with you, Alan. I love leading music on Sundays with Tova Goodman-Brzezowski, who couldn't be here tonight. She's under the weather. And our teen song leaders, many of whom are also in Sela. Hi, Sela. Working with them has been a highlight of my time at NSCI, and I am so very grateful to Cantor Goldstein and Alan Goodis for their vision and experimentation in the creation of this dynamic and wonderful group. You are wonderful, every single one of you. Their musical hunger is infectious, and they have impressed me with musicianship, dedication, and attention to detail. I'm talking to you, Eli Levin. The wonderful singers of Shir Chadash bring true joy to their prayer and often ask intriguing questions. Our regular Kabbalat Shabbat ensemble welcomed me for our first Shabbat service on July 4th, and I am so very grateful to them for having been the musical bridge to helping me understand Minhag NSCI. Thank you, Allison, Gary, Magan, Alexi, Steve. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to make music with you. What a team. Let's talk about Gregory Schifrin for a moment, our pianist. I'm not sure if everyone knows that NSCI is the envy of many cantors across the globe. Gregory, you are a phenomenal pianist, patient, and wonderful. We are so lucky to have you. I've been singing with Gregory actually since I was 22, in my first year at HUC in Jerusalem. He is well known as a stellar pianist, and I'm grateful to be able to make music with you every single week at NSCI. Fun fact, Gregory played on my audition recordings 10 years ago when I applied for the job at Temple Chai in Phoenix. That's very full circle, at Andy Denon's house. It was recorded there. I want to thank our president, Ani Shire, and the board of trustees. They're a dynamic group comprising of a great cross-section of the community. Discussions are thoughtful and invigorating. We are in good hands. NSCI is such a welcoming place. I have been amazed to see tentative newcomers quickly welcomed by greeters and ushers, a name tag quickly written and put on their chest, even when the security officers go out of their way to hold the doors open and ensure everyone is safe and comfortable. From the very first moment, we began discussions with the search committee chairs. The search committee and transition committee have all gone above and beyond in welcoming and being hospitable to me, Malka, and our children. All of this is to say, I love the sacred work we have taken on together. I am thankful for your chesed, and I see each day with potential that you give me back threefold. I am so humbled and so grateful to be your next Cantor. Finally, I am grateful for Malka. We met here in Chicago 18 years ago. Our first date was in Wicker Park. We had falafel. We built a life together, and she wove this talit that I'm wearing right now for my installation at BJBE. It's a little frayed with the guitar strap, but still holds up, and I feel so grateful every time I get to wear it. She's right now working on our talitot for Aviv and Bina's B'nai Mitzvah. I am grateful for our children, Aviv, Bina, and Eli. Soon they will become B'nai Mitzvah on this bima and in a flash be off to the next stage of life. The four of you give me purpose and help me to be at my best. On this beautiful autumn evening, as we approach Thanksgiving, I have so much to be grateful for. My dear colleague and friend, Cantor Jonathan Commissar, beautifully put these ideas into song. This is Modim, and you can follow the Hebrew on page 58 of your prayer books. Modim, anachnu lach, sha'atahu Adonai Eloheinu, ve'Elohei avoteinu, ve'imotenu leolam va'ed. Modim, anachnu lach, tzur chayenu, magen yishenu, atahu ledor vador. Modim anachnu lach leolam vaed. For the sun that rises in the east, for the sea that roars a prayer, for the stillness of a snowfall, for a breath of autumn air, for the grasp within my fingers, for a mind that makes me whole, for the voice that God has given me to speak the truth within my soul. Modim, anachnu lach. Modim, anachnu lach. Modim, anachnu lach, leolam vaed. Ve'al nisecha, shebecho yom imanu, shebecho yom imanu. Ve'al nifleotecha v'tovotecha, erev avoker v'tzoraim. For the laughter of the children, for the way they greet the day, with their endless stream of questions, they remind us how to play. And for the ones we call beloved, who take away our fear, they tell us without saying it, remember I am here, remember I am here. Modim, anachnu lach. Modim, anachnu lach. Modim, anachnu lach, leolam vaed. Tzur chayenu, magen yishenu, atahu ledor vador.